walk us through when you found out that your son Charlie was autistic. What was that day like?
I was as if I'm carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. So it was hard. It's very difficult to take in.
Hello again, and today we are talking to Maricel and Jamie, parents of 12-year-old Charlie, and they will tell us about their journey for this episode in my series, My Heart, Your Voice. I'm Robert Franco. Let's talk. Let's listen. Let's learn from each other. Let's go. Hello, Maricel. Hello, Jamie. How are you today?
We're good. How
Good,
are
thank
you?
you.
How are you?
Well, thank you for coming to see me and agreeing to talk to me today. It is a pleasure and a privilege. So let me start by asking you to tell me something about yourselves.
Yeah, well, I'm Maricel.
Yeah.
Of course, he's JB. And yeah, we've met in Manila during during my band days.
Okay.
Yes, and he was the guest in that hotel that we were performing.
Okay.
And that started it.
Okay.
Friends. We started as friends.
So you were in the band.
Yeah.
What was the name of the band?
It's music making company.
Amazing.
My manager is Gary Gleasing.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been there.
That was quite a popular.
Yeah.
Were you a quartet? More than that.
Yes, we're a quartet.
Yeah.
But we're the 11th batch.
Okay.
So the original batch was Pinky Marquez, if you know
Okay.
Pinky Marquez, and Ede Gonzalez, the great piano man. And yeah, and then I got lucky after the theater. I joined the band, and from then on.
And then Jamie saw you sing. And
Yeah. We needed a volunteer that time because we're a show band, right?
Okay,
we needed we needed people who would dance the twist with us.
Yeah, and you did that.
Yeah.
My first and only time to dance the twist.
And you still do that? No.
Well, mind you, he didn't win, huh?
No, because
No.
it was explained to me that a local had to win. So
Oh,
I came in an
okay.
honourable second.
Okay. And that started it all. So you've been together since.
Yeah, married 17 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And clearly still going strong.
Long
Yes.
suffering. Long suffering.
All right. Okay. So, I suppose, like with any other parent that has agreed to talk to me for this series, walk us through when you found out that your son Charlie was autistic. What was that day like?
Well, we first found that out when we were in Manila. I said there's the diagnosis from that doctor.
So he got diagnosed in Manila.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
first in Manila.
Yeah.
Because I said I don't want to wait anymore. You know how the system works. And
How old was he at this point?
Two
Getting
and a
yeah,
half.
two and a
I
half.
think they said that some of the tests technically cut in once you're 3,
Okay.
but he was like 2.5 or beyond that. So they said basically, you can take this as a diagnosis now because there were sufficient, as they call them, red flags in the tests that they did.
Yeah.
But they said there's really no doubt, and it's better to get your heads around this earlier.
Yeah. So there's a suspicion that he's autistic, right? There's no final diagnosis yet, but we knew that there's something wrong, and it's like, it's hard to take in, because you thought it's not gonna happen to you. So when that doctor said that your son probably have autism, or has autism, so I was as if I'm carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. So it was hard. It's very difficult to take in. But then we felt relieved. I felt relieved. You did too, right? That we had a name when that time when she said when he was 3. We came back, right? We came back and then
Yeah, we came back. Well, in fact, we saw her several times.
Yeah.
since then for further assessments,
Yeah.
of how things were developing. But on that particular day, to answer your question, I think those we'd had some questions or doubts, and Maricel had spotted it before I had, and we had then an expert who was able to say, well, this is what this is, and of course, unless you've had experience of this in the family, which we hadn't, when you get the diagnosis, it's a word, but you don't really know what it means. So you then have to start to learn about what that means. And the first thing you learn is it's a spectrum. So it could mean all manner of different things, especially at such a young age. So it was I think, good to have an understanding of what it was, but just the beginning of the journey, yeah.
Yeah. But in a way, we felt relieved because there's a name. Before you're close.
You have a diagnosis.
Yeah, you have a diagnosis before. Oh no, maybe it's just a delay, like that. Oh, boys, they develop in a different, and not like girls. Yeah, different phase.
So I go back to what you pick up on something that you said there, and it actually leads to the next question. So you said there were signs, something's different, something's wrong. What was it that you saw that made you think our son is different? Our son is not developing as he should.
Well, being the eldest, I got two siblings.
Yeah.
But I helped my mom because I'm the eldest. Being the eldest, of course, our culture. How the babies, how they act,
How they develop.
How they develop. With a gap of 7 years, and the second one, my sister, whenever you call their names or her name, she immediately just look at you.
Yeah.
When you play, when you call her, like this, Techi, ate, like that, and she would and she would play like hide and seek. But that didn't happen to our son. And what else? The eye contact. It's never there. It was never there. So that's why I said something wrong. Plus the speech. You're supposed to be having this, several words already. For that, when should it start?
You got these developmental milestones.
Yeah.
The milestones, which were being missed.
He's spot on when it comes to walking and everything. So you can walk. This is it, spot on. But then when it comes to the speech, that's the time that we got worried, because the first thing that he said was when we were in Manila, first time in Manila. Well, he said the name of that cartoon character, and after that one, he didn't speak. Anything, any word he didn't utter. All that, only mumbling words like that. So I said
he was pre-verbal till 6. He didn't actually start talking until the age of 6.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So and plus the doctor said he's never going to speak.
Yeah, some of the experts queued up to tell us that he never would speak, and he was discharged from speech therapy and things like that because
that's here.
That was here, yeah. Although also one or two experts in the Philippines told us afterwards that they had not thought he would manage to speak, but he did. But there were quite a few people who said, well, he's not going to be able to speak, and you have to rely on something like Makaton, for example, and we kind of respectfully, because they are the experts at the end of the day, but we respectfully took the view that, especially at such a young age, as long as your son is developing and continuing to progress at whatever pace, nobody can say how far he's going to go. And it's not necessarily great to surround him with people who think only of the limitations. It's nice to surround him with people who are ambitious for him and see the potential in him. And there were some excellent, therapists who were very, very supportive like that. And with everybody's help and so forth, he eventually started to speak and communicate. And that's an ongoing work in progress, process. I would say. It's a work in progress, yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah. And, these are shared experiences. I have a similar experience with my two, although Isaac is nonverbal, but he can communicate through, nonverbal signs. And in my experience, that's just one of the challenges. And there are many challenges to having a child or raising a child with autism. And it can be daunting for some. And some people can handle it better than others. And for us, I think it's made easier by the fact that I look at Vicky and myself as a team. And that's why we can deal with it the way we deal with it. It's not hard. It's not easy, I mean. But yeah. And being a team helps. Does that resonate with you too?
Yeah,
very much.
very much
Yeah.
so. You have to be, both of you should be on board.
Yeah.
And in our case, I'm more of the hands-on mom. And when it comes to documents and everything, you know how hard it is, especially when you're applying for an EHCP, autistic. You're the one who.
Also,
who
you did
all
the
this.
EHCP, so
Yeah.
that's the educational healthcare plan.
Healthcare
Yes,
plan,
yeah.
EHCP. So,
Yeah.
and so it's a team, you see. So it's good. It's good. You really have to be on board. I know it's difficult, but you really have to try your best to, you know, do your best as parents and in one goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like all the best teams, it helps when people have different strengths that they can play to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing is that we both had the same vision, they're both understanding. Okay, that's the diagnosis, let's get on with it. We hear anecdotally that it can be very hard when one parent, for example, accepts the diagnosis, the other parent doesn't accept the diagnosis, and they
Is in
can't.
denial.
Yeah, in whichever way. So that makes things more complicated. So to your question, I think you've said that with yourself and your wife, you're very much on the same page, and that's been a big help. And I would say for us, it's been the same experience. Yes.
Yeah. And
That's good.
we got lucky that not just us, but the team that we're surrounded with, and Charlie's teachers, therapists. We all talk to each other, and we got the common goal.
Yeah, that's important as well,
Yeah.
because then if they
Mhm.
implement something, for example, something's being implemented at school
Yeah.
as a way, as a communication method or a way of managing things, we keep consistency between what happens at school and what happens at home, so it becomes predictable for Charlie to understand that there's not different sets of rules and different
Yes.
settings. I think that helps.
No confusion.
Yeah.
And I just those brief conversations I had with Maricel in the past, because you work. Are you away quite a bit
From time to time.
from time to time, and that must be sort of it helps that you're both on the same page, because when Jamie is out working, earning the keep, and bringing home the bacon, so to say, and then you've got someone, you are comfortable with the thought that there's someone with Charlie who understands him, who loves him, and will look after him no matter what. So talking about challenges, what has been, so this can be two different answers. You can have one answer each, or if you think you've got the same answer, that's fine too. What has been the biggest challenge so far raising an autistic boy?
Speech. For us in his condition, because it's not just autistic. His speech is not quite there. He's got phrases. So it's still work in process.
So communication.
So communication and speech, yes.
Yeah, I think communication's at the heart of everything, because in the younger days, if you like, when the communication was quite limited, that tended to also lead to more frustration for Charlie. As anybody, if you can't make yourself understood, you feel frustrated, right? So the communication is so central to everything, because it deals with frustration, it deals with management of expectation, it deals with the fact that now Charlie can express to us what he would like to do, and therefore we can incorporate that into our daily lives or into our weekends or whatever it is. So communication is right at the heart of everything.
Should we say about what do you call this one? His how to take care of his belongings, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
Remind
you have adults who have problems.
yeah, that's true.
I have a problem with that. So,
Yes. I think that's going to be a work in progress for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for everybody.
That's
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just the other day we said, Charlie, you forgot your iPad. Oh
Okay.
my goodness me! It's a good thing it's
Where
left
were
it in
you?
school.
Oh,
Yeah, we were on the way home.
School.
As,
So I
Okay.
said, darling, you really have to take care of your belongings.
Yeah.
Where's your wallet? Oh, where's your
Oh, he has a wallet.
little pocket money, for buying snacks
Yeah,
at school
yeah.
and so
Oh,
forth.
so
Yeah.
he does buy. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
So
Though.
they
yeah.
encourage
You know.
that. They encourage that at school.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's more occupational sort of health really. You know, the day to day. You know, like you know, it's no different from like assessing. You know, because I work as a nurse and we've had patients. You had to assess the day to day function, whether they're safe. You know, that's one of them.
Yeah.
The ability, the concept of money and spending, and
Yeah.
I think that's been one of the other things we've learned on this journey is the importance of occupational therapy, whatever you like to call it, which we didn't know what that was to start with. But again, in the Philippines, they were very clear on early intervention, as much as you can possibly do with occupational therapy and speech therapy, which is a difference with what we found here in the UK, where when the autism diagnosis was confirmed here in the UK, my first question was, okay, can we access some occupational therapy now? And they said, no, because we don't think it's of any help to people on the autism spectrum, and we just beg to differ with that, So we went and found it privately because fortunately we're able to do that, and that's been a big help for Charlie in all sorts of ways. But yes, the occupational side, that life skills side
life
of things
skills,
is really, really important, isn't it?
It
And
is.
looking back, actually, if we look back to our own school experiences, how little of that we were taught. No one taught us how to, cook our meal or something like that.
Or money,
Look after money, any of that,
money,
right? But we learned all sorts of bits of obscure history that we've never needed to know since.
You sort of learn by seeing it, and sometimes we're failing, really. So obviously there are challenges, but there are moments that make you beam with pride. Yeah, it's not all bad.
Yeah.
So tell me about your proudest moment with Charlie. Again, could be two different things, but
Well, there are lots. I would say it's
Yeah.
nice because for us, every step that he would conquer himself, like it's like a milestone. We treat it like a milestone for us. Like when he started to speak, oh, we were so over the moon. So proud that he this impossible thing that they said that he's not gonna talk. He conquered that. He spoke. So, and when now he's horse riding, even jumping with the horse. So that was really good.
And even that bit where I saw that you took him to Dubai, that is a major feat in itself, I think, traveling with a 12-year-old to another country. I think that, you should be proud that you're able to do that. And you're right. You're probably too many in your head to sort of pinpoint one.
There are many, but I think they all come back to, as Maricel said, the times when Charlie has seen something he wants to do and has overcome his fears. It might have been on, a climbing frame, which he loves nowadays. In the early days, he could only manage one or two rungs, but he wants to do it and he keeps on at it, maybe for months, until he gets to the point that he can do something, and then he's done that, and that's been his achievement, and you feel very proud of that, don't you? I think one of the things with the slower pace of development, which comes with kids with autism, is you have time as a parent to celebrate all those little moments which maybe would have gone as a whirlwind otherwise. So every
or take it for granted.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
it might be common for others, for those neurotypical kids, but for us, as parents of an autistic kid, it's different. But if like I said, if he's done something which is is that you thought he's never gonna do.
Yeah.
So
Which then brings me to whatever it is that you hope for him in the future. What's your hope for him in the future?
I think to be happy, to be happy and
independent. Yeah, I think not just us, parents of an autistic kid, but most of parents who have, who have kids.
Yeah, children. Yeah,
That's the thing that they really hope for, that for their kids to stand on their own feet.
Yeah.
And have a happy life.
Yeah, that's it. To be independent and happy. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You can be better than that. That's
Yeah.
you know you,
Yeah.
you said that rightly
Yeah.
so. And in living with autism, you learn a lot. You know, you live with autism, you learn about autism, but it's more than just reading research or reading experiences of others. It's your day to day, and you end up learning a lot about yourself. You don't realize how strong you are until the only option is to be strong and stay strong. And throughout this journey, you, like I said, you learn things. You have nuggets of wisdom that you put in your memory bank and you use it time and again. So if there's one sliver of wisdom that you can share to someone going through the same journey or about to embark on that journey with autism, raising an autistic child, what would that sliver of wisdom be?
I would say, never give up. Try and try. If it doesn't work, try again. So sometimes, at this time, this thing that you're trying is not working. But then you'll be surprised. After a while, you try it again, and it works. Great.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Yeah. Come back to things if they didn't work the first time. Come back in a few months or whenever it might be. I think the other thing I would add is surround your child with the people who love him, who give him positive energy, if you like, who are ambitious for him, who believe in him. Surround him with those people. They will emerge, they will come forward from your friends, from your family, from other people who you meet because they're on the same journey. Do that.
Excellent, excellent. I love it. I love what you just said now. And thank you very much for taking this time to talk to me and sharing your journey. Because I know that some parents are not prepared to talk to me and talk about their journey. But so thank you very much for sharing your story.
Pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Maricel. Thank you, Jamie. And that concludes this episode for the series My Heart, Your Voice. So if you like the conversations you hear, the people I talk to, and if you've got a similar story to share, please give us a like, leave something in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.